Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first ever, at least I believe it's the first ever, Toilets to Titles NFL mock draft, where a few of us from the Toilets to Titles crew tonight are going to be doing our first mock draft for the 2022 NFL draft class. This is just going to be round one, but you know what? We just wanted to have fun with it because me and myself, I'm a nut job for the past few months. I'm a Giants fan. We've been out of it for a long time, so I start doing these draft simulations like a madman. And I learned all these players. I'm like, what? This is fun. I'd love to do this with other people. And I figured, hey, let's broadcast it. So I figured we'd have a lot of fun. And if you're not a nut job like myself, if you're not always reading up on these players, looking into them, doing research on them, this is another good way just to at least learn the names, the positions, and you're going to see like the players that should be there in the first round when the draft does occur at the end of next month, the end of April. And I'm using PFN. Which is I referenced them a lot last year, and I thought they were right on the mark for where they valued these players. Like their rankings, first round, second round, third round. I thought they were right on the mark. But let's do a little introductions over here. A few introductions. We got Justin, who is a Colts fan, and he's going to be repping the AFC South today. Justin, how's it going?
Yeah, so the original thought was we were all going to cover our own teams. So I was like, you know what? I can cover the Colts with no problem because they don't have a pick in the first round. So I was thinking that was going to be easy. But so then I came up with the thought of maybe I do the entire AFC South just to try to help you out a little bit. And also so I can have the opportunity to jump on one of these shows with you, Joey, and have a little fun. So
it's going to be fun, man.
You and I don't get to do a lot of shows like this together because I don't traditionally do a lot with the rookies and college football and stuff. So I'm excited. It's gonna be fun, Joe.
But real quick, you know what? Before we move on to Frito Bandito, you want to talk about, or we were talking about another draft at the end of March, special one. Are you ready to announce that or no?
Sure. Appreciate that. Yeah. Our Fun Day Draft episode this month is going to be a draft of our favorite Disney characters. And I have a couple extra little surprises in store for you guys throughout the course of the draft. Some things that are going to spice up the game a little bit and make it a little more fun and interesting. So yeah, we got that to look forward to. That's going to be on March 27th, the last Sunday of March.
Justin, little spoiler, are we going to require people to spin the wheel this time?
Well, I'm not trying to give away anything, but definitely we're going.
I think that's good.
That'll pull people in. If they saw the last one,
force people to spin the wheel. But there's more than that. There's more than just the wheel. I got some other little things up my sleeve to make it entertaining. Not necessarily to make the draft more tricky like that. The wheel will do that itself, but some other stuff to make it fun and interesting. And then, of course, we have tomorrow to look forward to, which tomorrow is the greatest holiday of the year because it is St. Patty's Day and it's also my birthday. So we're gonna be celebrating.
And that's why you're repping the is that the Notre Dame cap I see with the shamrock on the front?
Yep. I'm a big Irish fan and
same here.
Yeah. So and at 40 years old tomorrow, I probably won't be celebrating too much, but
tomorrow you're officially a member of you're going to be joining me in the official Old Man's Club. 40 is the marker, man. 40 is the marker.
I've already been,
but and the wheel, just so the viewers know, the wheel that Justin was talking about for our Fun Day drafts, and it's going to be fun. I'll be doing that at the end of March 26th, I believe.
Hey, you know what? I want to extend an invitation out there to Chris's videos. If you would like to come on the show, the Fun Day Draft Show, because you are always in the chat. You're the man for that. So if you want to come on the show with us,
totally,
and draft your favorite Disney characters with us, you are more than welcome. Just put it in the chat here if you want to, and then hit me up. My Twitter handle is @JustinFF_. If you don't have Twitter, you can email us at toilets or email us. It's toiletsandtitles@gmail.com.
Yeah, and Chris's videos too, if you want. I just wanted to keep it. This is the first time I'm ever doing this. First time I'm hosting it. I wanted to do this just where it's going to be Toilets and Titles team members this draft, but I'm going to do another draft 2.0 next Wednesday. And if any viewers that would like to be on, I'm going to try to get some people I know to come on, friends of mine, subscribers, viewers. Chris's videos, I know you're a Bears fan. If you want to draft the Bears, well, you guys don't have a first round pick, I guess. my Giants have that pick. But still, if you want to maybe pick for like the NFC North teams, feel free, go for it. Or you and Alex can battle it out.
Yeah,
Alex is
I
a
was gonna
Packers
say.
fan. Yeah, but we'll make it work. You'll have a lot of fun, Chris.
And
You
just
come
give him
on.
the Lions picks.
Yeah,
Alex doesn't
you
care
can
about those.
And if you didn't want to come on video, you could always do it from the chat too. So we'll make it work. Anyway, let's move on to Frito Bandito. How you doing, man? Raiders fan, repping for this show, the AFC West.
Yeah, man, I'm excited. I've never done a draft like this before, so I wanted to jump on and get involved and stuff like that. The interesting fact is, so my company that I work for, they're sent next month and a half. They're sending me all over the states to do some training. I think in 2 weeks I'm going up to Columbus, Ohio for 4 days. And matter of fact, April 12th through the 19th, I'm going to Las Vegas for a week. And I told my bosses, I was like, dude, could you guys not pass it off 2 more weeks later? Because that's when the NFL draft and it's in Vegas this year and stuff. And they said, nah, we definitely wouldn't have you there if that happened.
Love it. And so yeah, Frito's going to be picking. Frito Bandito's going to be picking not just for his Raiders, for the entire AFC West, which is like the division of doom in the NFL. Because that division is so damn tough and it's loaded. But Alex is going to be. He's a Packers fan. He's one of our in-house Packers fan, rocking the colors, baby. And he's going to be. And congratulations on the re-signing of Aaron Rodgers. I love it. I'm glad he's going to be spending the rest of his career there, and that's where he should be. But Alex is also going to be picking for the AFC North. And, well, I was going to say, you got to do Chris's videos right and get him a good pick for the Bears, but they're not picking, I guess, until the second round.
I'll get him a great pick.
a good punter, right?
Yeah. First round punters all day.
Yeah, Jay Camarda out of Georgia is going to be a great punter. I love the guy. All right, guys. So we're all set. And for I'm going to be I'm a Giants fan. I'll be picking for the NFC East. And I think we're just going to kind of wing it on the rest of the teams that, fall out of our divisions that we're repping. I think we're going to just have maybe just like a consensus pick, or maybe I'll just pick. We'll see how it goes. We're going to wing this one.
You get a ton of picks with the NFC East, man.
Yeah, early on, huh? We're not.
Giants got 2. The Eagles have 3.
Yeah, Philadelphia's. Yeah, you're right. The Eagles have 3.
You
I think Washington only has 1, and Dallas has 1. But we're picking the Jets, the Giants, and the Eagles are like controlling like the first 2/3 of this first round. All right, guys, we're all set. Okay, so Justin, you're picking for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Put your GM cap on for the Jaguars. They have a quarterback, and this is not a quarterback-friendly draft anyway. Who would you pick realistically? And it can't be a punter or a kicker. Be nice. Be nice, Justin.
Yeah. So obviously, I don't want the Jaguars to get better, but at the same time, it's just the Jaguars, so it doesn't really matter. Looking through the list, I tried to see if maybe there were some players that might surprise some people, some players that they might be interested in looking at. But when it comes right down to it, any great defense is going to have 2 or 3 solid pass rushers. And Aiden Hutchinson is the defensive end for Michigan has been kind of one of the top tier guys expected to go early throughout the entire offseason for the most part. And then when it came time for the combine, he didn't disappoint. He performed exactly how everybody thought he would, and even better in a lot of aspects. So there's no way that I can screw this pick up in my mind if I just go ahead and take Hutchinson for Jaguars with the 101.
Damn you to hell. I wanted him to fall to the Giants at 5. But yes, in my big brain, Aiden Hutchinson's also the consensus number 1 pick. I love the guy. I think depending upon a team's needs, I think there are quite a few players here that there's a few players that could realistically go number 1, but I'm with you, Mr. General Manager. Aiden Hutchinson is off the board. He should be the first one off the board, in my humble opinion. Okay, so we got next is Detroit Lions. Alex, that is your division.
Yep.
Nice.
So even though Evan Neal is he's questionable for the the top pick.
He's kind of a little all over the place right now.
Yeah, but Detroit doesn't. They picked up Sewell last year, and they have another tackle. I forget his name, but he was doing fine last year too.
Yeah.
They actually moved him. He got hurt somewhere during the middle of the season, and then he got moved to right tackle, and Sewell was taking left tackle duties. So I don't think they're going to take Neal here. So
I think you're right.
I think he's going to drop. But their pass rush was horrid and has been horrid. So I'm going to go. I'm going to take my second top pick here and go Thibodeau for the Lions here. I think that's the way they're going to go. I agree with you. He seems like the kind of player Dan Campbell wants, tearing up and chasing down quarterbacks. So,
all right. So the second overall pick of the 2022 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions are picking Kayvon Thibodeau, edge out of Oregon. All right. So we got the Houston Texans. Justin, you're up again, my friend.
Oh man, I tell you what, I'm already tilting. I'm already kind of reeling just because I had my pick lined up for the Texans that I was ready to take for them, and it wasn't Thibodeau, but I really thought that Akeem Ikwonu, the tackle out of North Carolina State, would go with that second pick to the Lions. But now that he's available on the board, like that's the good thing about the Texans in this draft, is that they literally can draft whoever the best player is on the board. Like it doesn't matter what the position is. It can. I mean, maybe you wait on quarterback because you do have Davis Mills. Outside of that, they are not deep at any position. They don't even have two solid starters at every position. So I honestly think at this point that the next best available player on the board is Ikwonu from North Carolina State. So that's who I'm going to roll with here for the Houston Texans with the third pick. And I really hate that because I prepped really hard for this guy that I wanted to go third.
You know what? Ikwonu has shot up the boards. He was already pretty high beginning of this year, but he shot up the boards, and a lot of analysts now have him ahead of Evan Neal. I love Ikwonu, and if he were to fall, and I don't think he is at this point, if he were to fall my Giants at number 5, they need offensive line help as always. I would run to the podium and draft that guy in a heartbeat.
And also, for the record, not only am I mispronouncing it, I also couldn't spell it.
Ikem Ikwonu. I think it's a great pick. I love it. You just dashed my hopes. Okay, so for the Jets, we don't have anyone picking for the AFC. I'm sorry, for the AFC East. So let's see. Team needs Jets. Let's make it kind of quick. To the safety, linebacker, quarterback, edge, tight end. I've seen Kyle Hamilton, safety out of Notre Dame, associated with the Jets in a lot of mock drafts. Some people think it's too high for a safety. I think this guy's a friggin' unicorn.
That's the guy I was talking about that I was going to take at third.
Yeah, listen, man. I think this guy is a guy you can build your defense around. Like, he really is a unicorn. He can do everything that you require out of safety. He does everything well, whether it's coverage. Plays the run well, not as well as he plays coverage, but plays the run just fine. And he can blitz as well. So this guy is long, he's tall, he's built. He brings it all. I love this guy. He's really smart, heady player. So we're also looking at Ahmad Gardner as well. You got Garrett Wilson. The Jets they're not showing wide receiver as a need for the Jets, but the Jets do need a wide receiver.
Well, they're not showing O-line either, but I guess you can't put everything.
Yes, they do need O-line. You're right.
Because Kai Becton's been hurt.
Yeah, and he's like 400 pounds.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think? You think Evan Neal, Kyle Hamilton, Gardner, or another player here? I'm thinking Neal, Hamilton, Gardner. What do you guys think would be realistic here for the Jets?
I'm liking Kyle Hamilton.
Yeah,
what do you guys think?
If we can get a Notre Dame player up there in the top 4, I like it.
What's the need for them?
I would probably go tackle. I'd probably go Neal here just because he fell to him. They're probably not expecting him to fall. So that's the way I would go. But Hamilton's fine too. You always get those crazy.
Too late. It's Evan Neal. I agree with you, Alex.
There we go.
I'm doing it because Makai. I think Hamilton actually does make sense, but Makai Becton scares the crap out of me for the Jets with his injuries, and the guy apparently is like at 400 pounds. So
Well, let's
I
just
don't know.
see who Joe makes for his pick here for his Giants. Maybe that's why he went with Neil there.
No, wait. No, off screen, I was telling Justin before for this 1.0 mock draft, I'm actually going to go. I don't think this is going to happen, but I think it's like 25% chance that it's going to happen, that it can happen.
He's scrolling down.
Yep.
Holy cow! Well, it already seems like a giant move.
Malik Willis.
Oh, dang.
I hate this quarterback class, but I wouldn't be surprised that they've got Tyrod Taylor. Malik Willis needs a year on the bench like Trey Lance did. And I wouldn't be surprised if they wind up trading Jones, or even if they keep Jones and Tyrod Taylor throughout the entire year, that Jones is gone next year, and Malik Willis would be off the bench at that point, and they give him the reins. And I don't think this is going to happen, but I think it's a realistic. When I say realistic, I mean like 25% chance, which I think is the realistic realm of possibility. So I was just going a little crazy, and I wanted to shake things up a little bit and take Malik Willis, and they wouldn't be trading up to get him either. So which kind of skews the Panthers, which he's kind of been connected with the Panthers. But anyway, we
Joe,
don't have anyone. Yes.
Did you make that pick because of the need and be worrying about the Carolina's need for QB or everything? Because you could have took them at 7.
No, great question, Freedom. The reason why I took him at 5 is that I believe that if you like a quarterback a lot, you got a chance to get him, you get him. And the Giants have plenty of holes anyway. There are going to be plenty of other players there they can take. That's a great question. But they could have waited 7. But what's the difference between if you like him? What's the difference between taking him at 5 and 7?
Yeah.
If you like him, you don't risk.
No, I understand it. But with the Carolina's need for QB and everything, that was one reason why I thought you would have picked him at that point. Because realistically, I get why you wanted to get him. Do the Giants really need a QB at this point right now?
Listen, a lot of people would say, like I said, he wouldn't be starting this year anyway. But the thing is that, listen.
Yeah, a lot of people would say yes, they need a quarterback, and a lot of other people would say hell yes, they need a quarterback.
and I don't even fall into that necessarily. But the thing is that you can't count on getting a quarterback next year, even though next year's draft class should be better for quarterback. You can't count on being able to get a quarterback that you want, whether it's Bryce Young or Stroud out of Ohio State or someone else. You just can't count on. Are you going to have will the guys be there when you pick? Or are you going to have the draft capital to move up? Other teams will have draft capital too. So, and what I read too was that I read from a few different sources that their new GM, Shane, when he was still the assistant general manager for Buffalo this year in the fall, he had like a team of scouts checking out Liberty, and it's only going to be for one player. And which I found curious because obviously the Bills are not drafting a quarterback. So.
No, this is interesting question I want to ask because, like I said, to me, I would think offensive line with those top 2 picks would be a great way to go, knowing that maybe next year give Daniel Jones another year, and then on top of that, next year look at QB. So
check out next week's draft, or if we happen to do another round after this one tonight, it's not going to be Malik Willis. But I don't think it's far fetched, but it kind of shakes things up a little surprising. Which you're going to get surprises at the NFL draft.
My question to that though would be if this is the situation, if this were to happen, then and I know we're not doing trades, but how likely would Carolina be to trade out of that 7 pick now and trade back and try to get more picks because they have a lot of needs and issues in a lot of different places if they're not going to get Malik Willis.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Which we're not doing trades this round. If we happen to do the round 1 again, we can do trades, but Carolina, I mean, I don't know. Sorry, Carolina. Sorry, Panthers. Sorry, Carolina, Chris, if you're watching. Anyway, Panthers, guys, who are we taking for the Panthers? Let's go to team needs.
All right.
I mean, there's Kenny Pickett. There's Matt Corral. These are other projected first-round quarterbacks. I don't think they're first-round quarterbacks, but they're projected to go in the first round. Kenny Pickett probably be projected to go ahead of Malik Willis, but
I don't really see any of those other guys as a an early first round quarterback. They'll probably go towards teams that have aging quarterbacks or like that kind of thing.
Well, we're looking at team needs for Panthers: quarterback, offensive tackle, offensive center, offensive guard, cornerback. It looks like they need offensive line help.
Well, you said corner. We still have Gardner out there.
Yeah, Gardner too. They have a good secondary though already.
Yeah, I think they need to fix that line so that they can they can really unleash CMC. So
I would drop to get to the next best offensive lineman. The next best one on my list is kind of far down.
Well, over here on this big board is showing Charles Cross at 10, and there's another guy that's dropped quite a bit. Actually, I'm surprised because I think he's really good. They have Zion Johnson up to number 20 as guard. Jeez, what the hell is?
So I can't read the board. What about Kanwanu? Has he already been drafted?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. Justin picked him for Houston. All right, guys. I don't know. What do you think? You got Kyle Hamilton and you got Ahmad Gardner, but like I said, I think Carolina, they have a good secondary already.
Yeah. And they
think Charles Cross is realistic?
I think
according to this board, which I don't think this is a crazy.
Go ahead, Alex.
I was going to say Linderbaum, nice, solid center to focus that line around. That's a huge spot for a team that's developing. Usually centers don't go that high. Usually it's tackles at this point, but I think Linderbaum is also versatile enough to move to any of those inside offensive line positions too. So they can move him around if they come across another center that they like or something like that. He could definitely play guard. So that's who I was thinking here.
I do like that. I like that a lot. I wasn't thinking it because, like you said, centers are usually drafted late. And another reason I like that pick is because I was really targeting him for the Titans pick that I have to make later on. I think at like 26. Pick 26. I thought maybe he might be there. And then Coach sent in his preference for who he would want for the Cowboys 2 picks earlier, and that was his number 1 preference. So this guarantees that he doesn't get him as well. So, let's go ahead and give him Linderbaum.
What do you say, Frito? All clear? All right. So Linderbaum. So this board has Kenny Pickett at 16. No on Kenny Pickett. I'm just checking. No on Kenny Pickett.
No, because I think there's still going to be the rest of the guys are, like Corral's close enough. The guys further down
a dozen guys.
Are close enough in talent wise and and level of skill. So I think they can wait on maybe trade back into the first round if they really wanted to or something.
Gotcha.
Down towards the bottom.
I agree.
Carolina Chris, if you're out there watching the show, we just got you a really good center. Tyler Linderbaum out of Iowa. People love this guy. All right, Giants are back on the board. You know what? I'm going to get some offensive line help, and we just take Zion Johnson's up to 20 now, huh? They do need I'm going to play it safe. Oh, shit. Ahmad Gardner. Excuse my language. George Karlaftis. He's more of a 4-3 end. All right. Let me speed this up. Lose a Jabo. All right. I'm going to go with we got to go tackle. I'm going to go Charles Cross. Atlanta Falcons. NFC South. Let's see. Team needs. Atlanta Falcons. Let's do this, guys. Edge, wide receiver, running back, cornerback, linebacker. Edge, wide receiver. I think they play a 4-3 defense. And George Karlaftis is still out there. Wide receiver, Garrett Wilson's out there. He's a hell of a wide receiver. Running back, obviously, and I take a running back. Linebacker.
I think it's too early for a linebacker.
I agree. So, guys, what do you think? Ahmad Gardner, Garrett Wilson. I say Trevon Walker. Trevon Walker is a heck of a player out of Georgia.
Trevon Walker is who I had as my next defensive end. But
so I think this is going to depend on if they really go after Deshaun. Because the talks are right now that they are in. He's one of the teams that Houston did allow him to go talked to and everything, this team is going to need tons of help at receiving and everything.
Yep.
And I feel like if they go the Deshaun Watson route and end up getting him, I think their first overall pick at number 8 is going to be a receiver because they're going to look good.
I guess they would be giving up a first-round pick, right?
That might be the case. Yep.
It's got to be. I would assume
Yeah.
multiple first-round picks, so they wouldn't have. They could still use a wide receiver.
But
anyway.
even if they don't and stuff like that, they still have to go after a receiver. I
They
think
do.
that's one of the most glaring needs.
Looks
And,
like
stuff. And but on the same token, there's tons of receivers to get. So do you want to waste it at this spot?
That's
Looks like
true.
Steve agrees with you.
Let's see. All right, you know what, Steve? All right, we have a guest. We have a viewer who's chiming in saying to take Garrett Wilson and saying to take a player. We're going to go with what the guest is saying, what the viewer is saying. Are we all cool with Garrett Wilson?
Yeah.
I'm
That's
fine with
realistic.
that. I'm fine
All
with
right.
that, but I probably would have gone Wilson there.
I hear you, man. I hear you. And I agree with you, man. Wide receiver. This is.
I
really
probably
good
would have
wide
gone
receiver
Jamison
class.
Williams.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think he's gonna drop a little bit. I think he's gonna be he tore his ACL in January, so he's not gonna be ready this year.
Him and Mechie.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough for him. I really love Jamison Williams. I do that every time. Yeah, Jamison Williams. And I really like him, and I think he's gonna be a star. But it's tough taking a player. I know ACLs are happen every year, and they've gotten so good at those repairs and stuff. But it's still really tough taking one of those guys at 8th overall.
Yeah,
I agree, but if he didn't have the injury, where would he rank right now as far as receivers to you?
He'd
If
be
he didn't
my
have the
number
injury,
one.
okay, exactly.
He's my number 2. So
Ridley is not going to be there this year. Look,
Yeah.
they're already willing as it is and stuff like that. Why not draft him? If he was going to be your number 1 overall receiver and everything, go ahead and prep for the next year if you think he's that good. Plus, you got Kyle Pitts.
Because the NFC South is wide open right now. So they're going to want to compete this year while they still have Matt Ryan.
Well, Buccaneers have Brady's coming back.
Well, all right, yeah. Well, now it's not as quite as wide open as it was.
But for the rest of the division, it is.
I thought
It's wide
that
open.
we were supposed to hear that Watson news today, and I still haven't seen anything. So
You'll hear it tomorrow.
All right, guys. Seattle Seahawks. Let's move on to the NFC West. Seattle Seahawks quarterback needs are. I'm sorry, I just saw it here a second ago. Quarterback, offensive tackle, linebacker, cornerback.
they've got Drew Lock.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. Can you see them taking Kenny Pickett
I think they take a quarterback.
or Matt Corral?
I
think
don't know,
much of a reach at
man.
9.
I think that's part of the the reason they wanted that that first round pick.
Heck yeah.
They needed that top that top round pick to pick up their next quarterback.
Is there
Listen,
another Manning left yet? No.
I guess I think we have to wait like 5 more years, 4
Okay.
more years. There's also Desmond Ridder out there who's more like Russell Wilson than this is a guy who's a mobile quarterback.
But we're
He
saving
probably
him
has-
for the second round for the Colts, so let's move on.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, it's realistic too.
I
You
also
guys wanna-
I don't think they need a guy that needs to develop too much. I think they want a guy that can pretty much put in there and
Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
You guys, so do you think Kenny Pickett? Really no offensive tackle. Well, you know what? No, I wouldn't take. I wouldn't take Trevor Penning. It's not a bad pick, but you know what? Yeah, maybe quarterback guys, or do you think maybe Ahmad Gardner?
I like
I
Kavon
would assume they
Walker.
got to go offense, man. They need quarterback. They need offensive line. What do you think, guys? Kenny Pickett, Matt Corral?
That's my vote. Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, I'll
Rito?
go with that.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
All right, Kenny Pickett it is. Seattle, congratulations. You just got the quarterback of the next 4 years. Then you'll have to draft again. Another one. All right, the New York Jets. Here we go. There's their
Now-
second pick in the top 10.
I
Go ahead.
I tried to get you guys to agree with me on Ahmad Gardner for the Jets and with the 4th pick, and now here he is still sitting here in the 10th pick, and that defense needs a lot of help, and he can immediately impact that defense. That's my pick.
I think Gardner or Hamilton. I think Hamilton is safe at this point too.
I
And
thought Hamilton was already taken.
no, Hamilton's still
No,
on the
he's
board.
still out there.
Oh yeah, definitely Hamilton.
Yeah, I would take Hamilton over Gardner.
Wow,
Frito Hamilton
farther than I thought he would. Definitely Hamilton.
Yeah. Frito, you're good with Hamilton?
Yes, I am.
All right, Kyle Hamilton, the Jets. I love Kyle Hamilton. I love that guy. Okay, Washington picking 11, the new home of the Colts quarterback. What the team needs?
Finally.
Let's see. Tight end, quarterback. That's not really true.
Yes, it is, because they're going to get rid of Wentz next year.
Offensive guard. So we got guard, safety, cornerback, quarterback, tight end. Guard, safety, cornerback, quarterback, tight end.
Washington doesn't have any other picks, right?
I'm not really in agreement that they really need the safety and cornerback all that much. I know the defense underperformed quite a bit, but they also
the
had
secondary was their weakness.
Yeah, they had a lot of injuries too, though. Like, I don't know, maybe I could see it, but
I could see Gardner. I like use another edge too.
I like Corral here.
I'm also
Corral.
I had an entire season of watching how badly Carson Wentz did behind a really good offensive line. So
yeah, and they just lost. They just lost a really good guard. Washington did.
I don't know. I think I would lean offensive line, but I also don't really know who I would take here.
Does Matt Corral go to the second round and fall to him there? Is the question.
No.
I think Matt Corral is probably like a back end of the first round pick.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the reason why I think Washington the draft, because of the fact. Look, I think Wentz is they're looking at the bridge QB and everything. They could use him, let him sit, get healthy and everything, and develop under him, and then go, because he ain't gonna fall to them in the second round.
So then their best quarterback, Heineke, falls to QB3 on their roster.
Wow. That's actually, I think it's a good argument, Frito.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? You think Ahmad Gardner, Matt Corral?
If they're drafting best player, it's Gardner, but I don't.
Trevor Penning?
I don't know. If I were the GM, I'd be going after an offensive lineman, but Gardner's the best guy on the board, and I don't know. Their quarterback sucks. That's all we know.
What do you think, Alex?
Yeah, I'm kind of with either offensive line. I like the offensive line for them, or
Trevor Penning is a good pick because he can play. They have him ranked 15 on this big board. He can play offensive line. He can play tackle, and he can play guard as well. And he was getting scouts really excited at the Senior Bowl because he was like manhandling people. This is like a guy who like fights past the whistle.
Yeah,
he's a violent player.
That's the way I would lean. I know that they need a quarterback, but I think they could, maybe find one in free agent, or they're probably going to suck because they have Wentz as their quarterback. So maybe they'll have a high enough draft pick to get one.
I still believe in Wentz.
We are not going into this tonight.
All right, no, definitely not. Not the time for it. Right, so Justin and Alex, you guys think offensive line?
That's what I'm thinking.
So offensive linemen from Iowa eat other offensive linemen. So
yeah, Iowa produces good. Northern Iowa. I know he's not Iowa. He's Northern Iowa. They've been producing more and more NFL talent over the past 5 years. All right, guys. Frito Bandito, I really loved your argument about Matt Corral. It made a lot of sense, but I'm going to go with the other two guys on this one and go Trevor Penning because it also makes sense, I think. He gives good flexibility on the offensive line. So Washington Commanders, you're welcome. We got you an offensive lineman. Minnesota Vikings, Alex, you're up representing the NFC North.
So not to be biased, but this is kind of why I was leaning offensive line here because I know the Vikings. If this situation happens and Gardner falls this far to them, they are going to snatch him up in a second because their secondary was horrendous last year.
Yeah,
like one of the worst in the league. So I'm without a hesitation, they're taking Ahmad Gardner here.
Okay, I'm kind of in agreement with that. Justin, what do you think? I'm looking for what the heck.
Absolutely. I think this was a no-brainer.
It's my pick. I got the
Oh,
NFC
yeah.
North, don't I?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. You're right. You're right. I'm so used to
doesn't matter all
picks. But you know what? It makes sense too. Man,
I
Ahmad
was
Gardner at
saying
number
that
12.
I think you made a great pick there, Alex.
That is
Yeah,
a
no,
great pick.
If Gardner falls to 12, that's easy pickings.
Vikings just got saucy. All right, guys. Cleveland Browns, AFC North. We don't have anyone repping the AFC North. Team needs a wide receiver, defensive tackle, edge. Start over. Wide receiver, defensive tackle, edge, safety, linebacker. They don't have quarterback in there. But wide receiver, defensive tackle, edge, safety, linebacker. I think it's safe to say we could throw quarterback in there for consideration.
Yeah.
Wide receiver, defensive tackle. So we got Jordan Davis up there, defensive tackle, who's a guy who actually is very flexible. He can play end as well. And that's why he's as high as he is. George has got like three defensive linemen who can conceivably go in the first round. It's ridiculous, along with the linebacker and a cornerback. So much talent. So you got Jordan Davis sitting there at number 9. You got Trayvon Walker, another Georgia player, edge. They need receivers, man.
Yeah, but the receivers are deep this year. There's not as many up top that are blow me out of the water kind of guys.
Yeah.
Like I think 8's kind of even a little early for Garrett Wilson, but
Garrett
yeah,
I had here for the Browns.
But I'd probably go with one of those top 2, the edge or the D tackle guys from Georgia. I mean, they're to pair up while they still have Myles Garrett, playing at a pretty high level.
That's what I was gonna say. I say you team up Walker with Garrett.
Yep, kind of like it. Let me just check out Jordan Davis. 340 pounds. Yeah, he is more of a defensive tackle. Okay. You guys say Trayvon Walker?
That would be my choice.
Yeah.
Best defense.
Okay. Cool. Cleveland keeping their defense strong like they've been. Baltimore Ravens, talk about a team that loves their defense and tight ends. All right, guys. Team needs. Let's see. Team needs.
Up top. O tackle.
You're right. Yep. O tackle, cornerback, defensive tackle, offensive guard, wide receiver. So tackle, guard, cornerback, defensive tackle, and wide receiver.
Has Trevor Penning been drafted yet?
Yeah, he went to Washington.
He did go
Washington. We gave him the Washington, but that would be he fits. He plays nasty like Baltimore does.
Yeah, that's what I liked about him.
Ooh. Let's see. They do have. I could see David Ajabo. He's an edge. I could see him fitting in with. They don't have edge here as a need. Offensive tackle. They do need a guard. Zion Johnson, who I love. I could see him going to.
Yeah, but for my Titans pick later, I need more guards on the board. So
Yeah, I know. This is a good tackle draft. It's weak for center outside of Linderbaum, like most drafts are, and then guards are pretty good, but not as strong as the tackles.
So I know looking at their defense, I kind of thought maybe the Ravens could use a little bit more depth at defensive back, personally, cornerback.
Yeah, I was thinking Derek Stingley Jr.
Yeah, that's who I had down. Well, actually, I had him down going 10th to the Jets, and I had Andrew Booth Jr. going to the Ravens at 14. But obviously, if Stingley's still out there, then
I think cornerback is the primary need right now.
Yeah, cornerback. I'm with you guys.
I'm cool with Stingley.
So let's choose between Stingley and Andrew Booth. We don't have to go by these rankings. These are both first-round worthy cornerbacks. Who do you guys think, Stingley or Booth, or are we overthinking it? And
they're both juniors, so they're both they have a junior at the end, so we can't use that as a tiebreaker.
You're right. All right, so you know what? We're just going to go with this ranking. I'll give him Stingley.
That's who my board took.
All right, cool. Congratulations, Baltimore. All right, Philadelphia Eagles up. I'm repping the NFC East. They got back-to-back picks. All right, guys. Team needs. Let's see.
Defense.
Yeah, right.
That's what they need, man. To the left.
Right. Thank you. Because why am I having such a hard time? There we go.
There you go.
Cornerback, linebacker, safety, tight end, wide receiver. There are no tight ends worthy of going in the first round. At least certainly not yet. Wide receiver. They took a wide receiver in the first round. Well, they got 3 picks.
I personally think they're going to trade out of one of these for a pick next year. First round pick next year. So I don't think they're going to take 3 here. But if they're going to take all 3, I'm from Eagles country, and all they keep talking, well, at least all the fans and the sports radio and everything else.
Devin Lloyd.
They want all defense. That's all they want. They want defense.
All right.
If they don't take defense in these first 3, well, and linebacker, that's one thing that the Eagles don't do is, in the first round is take a linebacker, but that's what they need bad.
You know what? All right. Eagles, I'm going to look again. Cornerback, linebacker, safety. I don't want to take another safety here. No, I think Daxton Hill out of Michigan or even Brisker out of Penn State, Pennsylvania. I think that's a little too early for either of them. Guard. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the Giants. Safety, linebacker, wide receiver. All right. You know what? I'm going to give them.
They need D-line, too, because Barnett's walking. They had Fletcher Cox, who's on his way out.
And they played 4-3.
Yeah, they have that other guy. What's his name? I can't think of it. But he's pretty good. But I don't know how long he's going to stick around either. So
you're right.
Am I missing something with Jermaine Johnson? I'm kind of surprised he's still available.
They have him ranked 24, and that's you know what? I like that. Karlaftis is out there as well.
Yeah, Karlaftis, that would be good too. There's still a lot of decent defense here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there is. All right, guys. It's going to be an edge, and I'm going to give him Devin Lloyd for right now. And the other one's going to be one of these edges. Or it could be Jordan Davis. Nah.
That's why I was bringing up that they're going to need D tackles.
All right. Give him Jordan Davis.
Just playing devil's advocate, I think Jameson Williams might be a nice fit there too. I know we're
but they did spend the 11th pick last year on a wide receiver, Devontae Smith, and they still have another. They're picking wide receiver. They're picking in like 3 picks again.
Who did we go with there on those 2 picks?
Eagles got Devin Lloyd and Jordan Davis. Devin Lloyd, linebacker out of Utah. Jordan Davis, defensive tackle out of Georgia.
Got it.
Damn.
All right, so
Eagles
Chargers.
Love you for that.
Oh, you're welcome, Philadelphia. You're welcome
for that linebacker pick.
Yeah,
Devin
Devin Lloyd.
They keep talking about.
Good linebackers in this draft too. Giants need linebacker. The Giants need everything. Chargers. Frito Bandito repping the AFC West, baby cakes.
This is his first pick.
Let's see. That's because he plays in the division of doom. Defensive tackle for Chargers. Defensive tackle, tight end, guard, edge, cornerback. So defensive tackle, edge, cornerback, guard, tight end. So let's see. We got. Let's see. Edge. You got Karlaftis. Chargers play what, a 4-3?
They did, but they just picked up Mac for the offseason and everything. So do you want to do you want to get another one just to develop under here? They did a lot with free agency. For their defense and everything. So
yeah,
they really want to focus more on line, I want to say, because they did a real good job last season, but I think they want to focus all on defense, and they've been doing that free agency. So I think they're going to go ahead and kind of draft Jermaine Johnson to develop under Khalil Mack.
I love Jermaine Johnson. That's good. So just to point something out, and it's your pick, Frito, it looked like they needed guard too. Zion Johnson, who's been screaming up the draft boards, is there at 20. Just to give you something to think about. It's your decision.
No, I understand. They went hard on offensive line last year. Their line is good. Yeah, I get it. That's a need and everything. But I think just in free agency, as you see, they're all focused about defense and everything. And you got to have a defense to compete in that league and everything, in that division. So I think, getting Jermaine Johnson at this point and developing him and learning under Mack and Bosa, I think would be a great fit.
Cool. I had Jermaine Johnson going 7th to the Giants.
I wouldn't be shocked if the Giants took Jermaine Johnson, actually. So you just to confirm, Frito, you want Jermaine Johnson over Karlaftis and Ajabo?
Correct.
Okay, cool. And that's very realistic, to be honest with you. It is.
Yeah, you're going to – all the AFC West teams are going to need as many guys to get to the quarterback as possible, in these next, great point. 5 to 10 years. So.
Great point. All right, guys, New Orleans Saints team needs. Let's see. Quarterback, offensive tackle, safety, running back, wide receiver. Matt Corral could be a realistic option here.
I think. Go ahead.
I'm going to say, oh, all right. So I'm going to start. So I think with the issues they have with the salary cap and everything, look, they need to look at, and they needed a QB and everything. So this is the perfect time to start letting that salary cap drop down and everything and get a QB that might be ready for next year. If they keep Jameis Winston stuff, maybe they sign him to a 1-year deal or something like that. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I like them taking QB here because, look, it's either going to be Corral or is Pickett available?
No. Pickett is gone. He went to Seattle. You got Matt Corral and you got Desmond Ridder. They've got this board has Desmond Ridder in the second round.
And how
I could see Ridder going in the back end of the first. He's got a higher ceiling, in my opinion, than Corral or Pickett. But those two other guys are safer, though.
They're going to go QB here. They have to get that salary cap down.
And Corral is from Ole Miss, right next door to New Orleans.
But that's who I'm thinking. But I'll let you guys give your thoughts on it.
I think makes sense to me.
I'm with you. I don't think Jameis Winston's going to be their future. So,
yeah, and Matt Corral makes sense. All right, guys. I think that's a good, fair pick. We're doing well. New Orleans Saints, congratulations. All right, Philadelphia. I got them a defensive tackle, a linebacker, and Alex he's a Packers fan who lives in Eagles country. And he's saying that the Eagle fans are screaming for defense, defense, defense. I don't blame him because the Eagles always have a tough defense. And they're aging, so they do need to restock. They could use an edges. Ojabo, Karlaftis.
Booth.
Yeah, I was thinking Booth.
You know what? All right. I like it. Booth.
I thought you were going to take Booth in the first two picks there.
You almost did.
And then he dropped down. So I'm
like, you know what?
Snatch him up.
Jordan Davis is number 9. He's hanging out there. He was ranked number 9 on this board. And they probably, I'm like, you know what? He's still out there. I could see, Philadelphia could use a really stout defensive tackle like him. Andrew Booth Jr. makes all the sense in the world, though. Number 20, Pittsburgh. I think we just took Pittsburgh's quarterback with I think they would have liked a little Matt Corral or Kenny Pickett out of Pitt. But those two guys are off the board. They have Trubisky, but it's kind of like Carson Wentz. Got to wait and see how this year goes. Maybe he rejuvenates his career. And Pittsburgh, there's a big difference between Pittsburgh and Chicago Bears when it comes to competency. No offense, Chris's videos. But guys, Pittsburgh.
I have an idea of who I think Trubisky might need more than anything. Would be Charles Cross. I think that offensive line needs a little bit of work.
Charles Cross is
gone. He's on my Giants. Charles Cross isn't getting the love that I expect. I like Charles Cross a lot. People are kind of, I don't want to say sour on him, but I mean, I just think, listen, there's some really good offensive linemen out there who are better. I like Aquanu and Neal, but I think Charles Cross is nothing to sneeze at. Anyway, Pittsburgh does need Steelers.
They're right in the middle.
Okay, quarterback, offensive tackle, cornerback, wide receiver, safety.
Why do they need a receiver?
I don't know.
I don't like their receivers. I mean, I like Deontay Johnson, but I don't like.
I don't think Mapletron's not very good. I don't think
he's like I think a good third option, but I don't think he's really like a number 2. I don't think he's shown to be that. And Juju Smith-Schuster,
he's free agency.
Yeah, he stinks anyway.
He'll probably go somewhere. And James Washington
Smith stinks.
Done this year too with them.
Yeah, so wide receiver at number 20. Now you're talking.
And there's some good wide receivers on the board still that I don't think last this long.
Jamison Williams, you're thinking? They've got Olave at 21 over here, but I don't know. I think some of us may have like Drake London ahead of Chris Olave.
Yeah, I don't think they really need they need like an Olave or a Williams. The guy that they need someone that they thought Claypool was. A field stretcher, someone to get down because Deontay Johnson's going to be the one. He's going to be the control guy. He's the sticks guy.
Mm-hmm.
They need someone to get down.
I got to point something out though. Does wide receiver at number 20 sound Pittsburgh to you?
Not really.
No, it doesn't.
No.
And these are some, dude, I'd love to. Drake London at number 20. I think
Yeah.
any team should be happy with, but I don't know, man. I could see them going up Karlaftis or a Jabo.
I think
Zion Johnson.
Karlaftis does seem like a Pittsburgh style of player.
There's
Really.
also, they need a safety. Daxton Hill's out there.
That's what I was looking at.
Yeah. And they usually, I could see them going. I think they usually either go defense or offensive line in the first round.
Yeah, they're usually pretty good at picking out wide receivers in like the third
Yeah.
round, fourth round. That
Yeah.
out.
So what do you guys think? And
I
he
also
also,
see in the offensive tackles right now that I'd be willing to take at this point.
they do need guard, and there are two really good guards out there in Zion Johnson and Kenyon Green.
Yeah.
So guys, what do you think?
Oh, geez.
Guard, I think realistic for them is guard, edge, and we got Karlaftis Ajabo at edge. Guard, we've got Zion Johnson and Kenyon Green. Safety, got Daxton Hill, even Brisker, who's a little further down on the depth chart, but I think it's between Brisker and Daxton Hill. It's kind of like pick your flavor. To be honest, I don't think either would be wrong. And you got Khair Elam out of Florida, cornerback.
I don't know. For me, it's probably either Jameson Williams or Karlaftis, personally.
Okay. What do you think, Frito?
I'd go defense.
Yeah, I got to go defense too. Okay, so all right, guys. So let's do.
I think receiver's going to keep on dropping.
And they run a 3-4 defense, right? Pittsburgh. I'm going to give him a Jabo. I think he's more of a 3-4 edge. I think Karlaftis is more of a 4-3 end. Does that make sense to you guys? You cool with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm giving him a Jabo. A lot of upside with the Jabo. A lot of Giants fans want David Ajabo. Patriots. All right, Alex, we took David Ajabo. We decided to go defense. And since Steelers run a 3-4, I believe that Ajabo is more of a 3-4 edge and Karlaftis is more of a 4-3 end. So I gave him Ajabo. Patriots.
Steve was a little late chiming in here, so Zion Johnson's still on the
It's realistic, and that would be a prime spot for Zion Johnson too, Steve. So, you know what? If I had seen that earlier, I would have done Zion Johnson because, like I said, if they're chiming in, if the viewers are chiming in, we're going to take their pick as long as it's realistic. All right, guys. New England Patriots team needs. What do we look? I'm just having such a hard time finding.
Like cornerback, running back, wide receiver, safety.
They always need wide receiver.
Yeah, and it's not going to be running back.
No.
They've needed a wide receiver since I was a kid.
Yeah, and I don't think they'll go wide receiver because they have not had luck with first round wide receivers.
Yeah. Oh, Bill Belichick cannot pick wide receivers. So running back is out. Wide receiver is not realistic for New England. We know they're all about the secondary. Their defense is pretty much predicated on having like a shutdown secondary that, where they can, send other, like their front 6 or 7 against the quarterback. And they got Daxton Hill, Khair Elam out of Florida. Trent McDuffie. They moved him up in the first round. I love that guy. I was hoping he'd be in the second round for the Giants. So yeah, cornerback. Forget about running back. That's not realistic. Cornerback, wide receiver, safety, defensive tackle. He does love his defensive tackles too. But
yeah, I was thinking about Devontae Wyatt there as a potential Belichick pick.
Yeah,
but I do like Trent McDuffie too.
Yeah, I was thinking Daxton Hill or Trent McDuffie.
Daxton Hill, obviously, that'd be a great one too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what do you guys think? Frito, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm open to whatever you guys. I like Aleem better than McDuffie out of Florida. But like I said, it's whatever you guys want to choose on that one. I'm over here already looking into my next pick. My 22.
Right. We'll do Elam. You know what? Because he's just ranked slightly ahead of McDuffie.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah, because they just lost J.C. Johnson to the Chargers.
Yeah, right. You're right.
You're right.
Yep. Yes. Okay, Frito Bandito. Raiders. He's got his GM cap on, the official GM cap.
So, yeah, initially when everything going on in free agency, I would have loved for Jordan Davis to fall to us at a defensive tackle and everything. That's who I was hoping. I kept on trying to push him off and everything. So we would love to get a receiver, but that ain't. Although it is one of our needs and stuff like that. To me, if it ain't line, it's linebacker that we're looking at.
Ooh.
And
Okay.
I like this Nakobe Dean.
Yep.
The linebacker from Georgia.
Yep. Jacoby Dean. Yep.
That's who we're going to take.
That's who you're taking. You got it, my friend.
I think this is about the time for the linebackers. So,
yeah. Oh, I like Jacoby Dean. It could have been him ahead of Devin Lloyd too. To be honest with you, it's kind of like another like pick your flavor type of thing. Like you can't go wrong with either of those guys. Okay, Arizona Cardinals on NFC West. All right, guys. Team needs. I thought they were going to need a quarterback like a month ago. Okay, so we're looking at for Arizona, cornerback, edge, tight end, running back, offensive tackle. Forget about. I guess we could throw running back in there now if we want to at 23. Cornerback, edge, tight end, running back, offensive tackle.
just draft wise overall, I think it's still kind of early for the running back.
Yeah, and they just re-signed James Conner to 3 years. I think they go with like a day two, a wrap. Well, he is, but he held up all last season, so I think they're okay with him right now.
Steve, where's your boy Tom? Okay, guys. So, what do you think? You think they could use a wide receiver too? They just lost Christian Kirk.
Yeah, but they lost more defensive pieces. They lost Chandler Jones. They lost Hassan Reddick. So I'm thinking the George
Karlaftis. And if they run a 4-3 defense,
I believe so.
Yeah, I think so. Guys, what do you think about Karlaftis? He's hanging out there.
Karlaftis has been the best guy available on my board for several picks.
For a long time. Yeah. All right, I'm going Karlaftis. Cool beans.
I'll agree with that.
24, Dallas Cowboys. All right. Anyone have coaches? Anyone have John's list of players?
He's in the chat right now. He's
yeah. So their coach.
We'll see if he's around, but I do not readily have that list available that he sent earlier.
I know Drake London was kind of high up on there.
His number one was Tyler Linderbaum, but he was taking a long time.
Who was number 2?
I'm looking.
Do not remember.
Kenyon Green.
He just typed it.
Kenyon Green was his number 2?
Yeah.
That's what he just put in the chat.
All right, he's just said Kenyon Green too. Kenyon Green it is. And that's a sweet pick. Oh, John, if you're listening, let me point something out. You can have a pick. You have your pick between Kenyon Green and Zion Johnson. Give you a few more seconds.
Please do not take them both because they're the last two on my board for the Titans.
Who's that? All right. Moving on to the Buffalo Bills. Okay. Bills needs.
Yeah, he says still Green.
Okay, that's what I thought. Bills cornerback, and they like their secondary. Cornerback, defensive tackle, edge. So cornerback, defensive tackle, edge, offensive guard, and running back. They really do need a running back. They do.
See, I had them taking a wide receiver, even though, I know their wide receiving core is pretty deep.
Yeah.
Just even another weapon for Allen.
Yeah, makes sense too. Makes sense. You could always get a running back later. They need edge, defensive tackle,
offensive guard,
cornerback. Yep, guard. Got Zion Johnson out there, but man, I think they need some more weapons too. To be honest with you.
What about Trent McDuffie still out there?
Yeah, they need cornerback. They said makes sense. You can get a wide receiver later.
Yeah, I'm okay with McDuffie.
Yeah, Frito, you all good?
CB. All
right, McDuffie it is. I love McDuffie. I love that guy. I was sad to see him moving up the boards. I was hoping he'd just be nestled in there in the second round for my Giants to pick him. Okay, 26, Tennessee. Justin, got to put your Tennessee Titans cap on as much as it hurts.
Okay, so now I'm at a spot again because I really thought that Jameson Williams would have been long gone by now, and with them potentially cutting Julio, it looks like that's very likely to happen if it hasn't already.
And A.J. Brown's an injury waiting to happen. Love the guy, but he can't stay on the field.
And they love – they love the idea that their quarterback is great. So that they love the idea of building tools around him. So I think that there is a good shot there, but man, that offensive line, the middle of that offensive line is completely depleted right now. Their center's not that great, and their guards are non-existent at this point. And if Zion Johnson is still out there from Boston College, then I kind of feel like they need to focus on the key of their run game. There aren't very many game-changing offensive linemen, guards anyway, still available. There's still a lot of wide receivers available, so they may take that chance on getting a later wide receiver, and I'm going to take Zion Johnson here.
It's funny. They're shown here as team needs as not guard, not tackle, but just offensive center. But here's the thing about Zion Johnson. Zion Johnson only played guard at Boston College, but he took snaps at the Senior Bowl, and apparently he didn't have a problem. Now, that wasn't in a real game, but I think this is a guy who's going to offer you flexibility.
And he went to Boston College. He's a smart guy. He can figure it out.
I love Boston College linemen. They produce really good linemen. They really do. So he is. I love Zion Johnson. I think that's a great pick for Tennessee. Okay, moving on to the NFC South. We got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What needs do they have? Let's see. Running back. I doubt it, but defensive tackle, cornerback, guard, and quarterback.
I don't know. I think they need a wide receiver.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like it.
Who are we talking about?
Tampa Bay.
So, breaking news just came out. They just reached an agreement with Chris Godwin, 3 years, $60 million deal that includes $40 million fully guaranteed at signing.
Really? Congratulations, Mr. Godwin.
I really thought that he might be one that might go somewhere else.
And man, everyone's flocking back to the Buccaneers, man. I'll tell you. They keep everyone who's good. Unbelievable. I don't know how they do it. Okay, so running back,
they have Tom Brady, so they probably cheat to do it. But anyway,
I would be too. I'd be heading down there too for cents on the dollar. Running back, defensive tackle, forget about quarterback. Let's say drafted a guy last year. I mean, they could always take Ritter if they sit him on the bench for a year to learn behind Brady. I mean, it kind of makes sense, but
I still think Trask is going to be fine.
No, I think they're trying to reload here. And honestly, if Fournette walks and goes and signs with someone else, I don't think this is the worst spot for them to take running back.
It's not.
Because they don't have a ton. They're bringing back pretty much. They're gonna bring back most of the guys.
The chat has spoken.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say was Breece Hall, because they're gonna need some kind of ground game here.
These two comments came in almost.
Breece Hall, all right.
Yeah.
Just an FYI for the viewers, my favorite running back in this draft is Isaiah Spiller, but running back is very much. I think there's like at least 2, maybe 3 players that's kind of like pick your flavor between.
Kenneth Walker is one of my favorites.
Yeah, Kenneth Walker, Breece Hall, and Isaiah Spiller, and they actually have Isaiah Spiller. They have him in the 3rd round, but Breece Hall. Then all right. This board's got him as the top running back in this draft anyway. Breece Hall it is. I like the viewers chiming in, and it makes sense. 27, they could use a real running back. I'm so sick and tired of the other guy they've used besides Fournette. What's his name? The guy you can never count on.
Rojo.
Oh, Rojo. He stinks.
Hey, listen, so if the Colts do not use all that money that they have to actually go make something big happen, I am going to fold for one season and hope that they lose out to get a better pick. And during that season, I'm going full bore, 100% Packers fan. So, Alex, I am very interested in this next pick.
Let's do it.
So, I doubt they do this. I bet you they go defense.
Wide receiver?
I feel like some of these wide receivers will be gone by now.
Mm-hmm.
But because I'm selfish, I'm gonna take one.
It's your birthday. It's okay.
Yeah. Well, it was almost 2 weeks ago now. But anyway, so as much as I love Jameson Williams, they need to reload for this season. So I'm gonna go Treylon Burks here and take the big boy from Arkansas. And so we got Devontae Adams, who is, a route master. And then we got, we'll get Treylon Burks in there, who's he's going to be a little raw, but Matt LaFleur wants to do more with the wide receivers than he currently can. And I think Burks is going to be that versatile guy. Like they really need the field stretcher too, which is why I love Jamison Williams here. Because I don't think they keep MBS around, and I kind of hope they don't because he doesn't have any hands. But I think Treylon Burks here would be, well, that's your opinion, Mr. Sheps.
I know he likes Drake London.
Yeah,
and Drake London's big too. Drake London's like 6'3". Treylon Burks is 6'2".
Yeah, no, I like Treylon Burks a bit more than
nothing wrong with that.
Drake London. So
nothing
that's what
wrong
I'm going to
with
go
that.
with. I don't think it happens. I think they go second round wide receiver if they do. Because it is, there's plenty of guys out there, but that would be my pick if I could make the pick.
Yeah, you know what? At this point, anyway, you look at the defensive players. I mean, you can get some good safeties out there right now.
But we still have Savage and we have Amos.
Green Bay's done a good job of building up the defense. A well-balanced team now, and I think they can reward themselves with some icing on the cake and get that juicy, tasty wide receiver. I like it.
Yeah, especially because they, re-sign in Rodgers. I'm sure there's something in that contract somewhere that they have to do it this year or something. I was gonna make a funny pick and go like Sam Howell and go for another first round quarterback.
next week.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Miami Dolphins picking 29. Let's see. Team needs Miami Dolphins. Let's do this. Running back, offensive tackle, center, linebacker, edge.
We can take running back off of that list.
Normally I would say that, but I wouldn't mind them taking Walker here.
Yeah, they need someone. Chase Edmonds.
Who did they sign again? Who did they sign?
Edmonds.
Mostert, Edmonds.
Oh, they have Mostert?
Yeah, they just signed him.
Yeah, but he's an injury waiting to happen. He's
not even waiting to happen. He's just an injury.
Yeah, he is. He's like waiting. Yeah, he's waiting to get healthy.
Yeah. But I don't think they go. I thought they were going to do it last year, or early second round last year, and they didn't. So and they seem to address it, in free agency. So I don't think they'll go that way.
I can't see the edge. I can't see these edges. Like they've got this big board's got Boye Mafe at 41. That's a second round value. I can't see Boye Mafe, and he really impressed at Senior Bowl. I can't see him getting to the first round. Drake Jackson is a project out of USC. Chad Muma out of Wyoming, linebacker. Christian Harris, linebacker out of Alabama. These guys are strictly second round values. I cannot see them going in the first round.
Yeah, Sheps, I was going to say that too because Devontae Parker is
wide receiver. Yeah,
isn't
very good. Drake London here. Drake London.
I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
I mean,
listen, Jamison Williams has got the ACL. He's probably going to drop to the second round.
Put Drake London opposite side of Waddle.
Yeah, big body. All right, I think we're in agreement. Drake London, it is. Kansas City Chiefs
stealing Drake London out from the Chiefs.
Number 29. Yeah. All right, guys. Kansas City Chiefs. Oh, Frito. That's your beastly division. You're repping them. So they need safety, wide receiver, edge, cornerback, tight end. I don't think tight end you can cross.
They just lost Tyron.
They could use a running back.
They could and everything, but I'm gonna go with what my board picked. As we were going down, I was kind of doing my own, and I'm gonna take Lewis Seen, safety out of Georgia.
I love him. You got it, my friend. That's your pick. I love it.
Yeah. No Honey Badger anymore. So.
Yep. Yeah. Lewis Seen. I like him a lot, man. Georgia's got like 5 guys in the first round. Let's see. Team needs for Cincinnati Bengals.
Offensive line.
AFC North. Yeah. Offensive tackle. Offensive tackle, center, safety, defensive tackle. I think they could probably use a guard 2-piece there, but
Daxton Hill is still available, right?
Yep. Safety, defensive tackle, center. And listen, we're at the end of the first round. There's some guys here. There is an offensive tackle that I like. Sean Ryan, I like him out of UCLA a lot. I could see him going in the very front end of the second round, to be honest. I like him a lot. That guy plays another guy who plays angry. And he's a smart player. He's a good player. But listen, yeah, Daxton Hill's out there. Jaquan Brisker's out there. They do need defensive tackle. You got Perion Winfrey out of Oklahoma. You got Devontae Wyatt, who's a monster out of Georgia. You got McCreary. Let's see. Anyone chiming in?
Yeah, they have to go. They have to go
All right.
O-line, but at this point, the O-line value is kind of shoddy. I think
And they did address it a little bit in free agency, so I think
All
that
right.
affords them the opportunity to go defense.
Yeah, listen, you got Tyler Smith here out of this guy's been rising up the boards too, out of Tulsa. But I can't see him. It is the back end of the first round where it's pick 31. I mean, it's not.
There's that Raymond guy out of Central Michigan, Bernhard maybe. Bernhard Raymond.
Oh no, not that high. Not that high.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Oh yeah, you have him ranked that high? You have one of the boards you were using?
No. I was
Okay.
just spitballing.
You know what, Steve? I've been trying to do it as Johnny. That's a good point. Someone's going to come up to get a QB here. We're not going to do trades this tonight. Let's see.
I like
He's right.
the defensive tackle out of OU too, Winfrey.
That's a great. What's that?
The defensive tackle from OU, Winfrey.
he's right there. Nope.
Oh, Perion Winfrey. Okay, gotcha. All right. What do you guys see? Perion Winfrey, or do you want to go Daxton Hill?
I'm cool with it.
Everyone's cool with Perion Winfrey?
Sure.
This guy's been screaming up the boards too. All right, last pick, guys. Detroit Lions.
Yeah, I think someone does sneak up and take that Bengals pick
For
a quarterback because the Lions, I don't think they want to take a quarterback at pick 2. But
Desmond Ridder.
Well, that's who I'm thinking. Bring in Ridder. You still have Goff for a year.
Or Sam Howell. I forgot about Sam Howell. Oh shit.
Yeah.
And actually, I've got Howell ahead of Pickett and Coral. I don't think it'll break that way. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I was gonna go Desmond Ridder though. I think he's versatile. He's more versatile than Howell.
Yeah.
I think they see what they could have with Howell because
Now Howell is versatile. He can run. He
can. Here's the thing about Howell. Sorry, Alex. Go.
No, go ahead, Joe.
I was going to say, the thing about Howell too is he did not have a good year this past year, but a lot of his weapons left in the previous draft too. He lost a lot of really good weapons in the previous draft, including was it the double-headed running back monsters that he had in 2020.
Oh, Javonte and Michael Carter.
Yeah, and who was the wide receiver that went to Washington? Diami Brown. I think there might have been another wide receiver too. Point is, he lost a lot of weapons. So his production, dropped this year. But what do you guys say? I mean, I do think quarterback makes sense here. It doesn't have to start this year either.
Yeah, no, that's why I think Ritter's. Well, I mean, it's my pick, so I'm gonna.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna go with Desmond Ridder here.
Cool.
But I think Coach is right. Someone's gonna try to trade up in between before this pick to try to grab someone, or whichever quarterback they want, because the Lions are gonna take whoever's left.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe the Colts.
Yeah, no, that totally makes sense. I like it a lot. All right, Desmond Ridder it is. What happened? Full results. All right, guys. We have officially ended our 1.0 mock draft. Justin, what were you going to say?
I was going to say I only have, really kind of two major thoughts. I highly would have expected Daxton Hill and Devontae Wyatt to have been picked in the first round. I'm kind of surprised that both of them were not. I understand Wyatt is a defensive tackle, and there's some other great options there. But
a team could have taken Wyatt over Perion Winfrey, easily. Either or.
And we're not professionals either, so.
Speak for yourself, Mr. Frito.
Obviously neither am I. Like, I didn't even know most of these guys 2 days ago. So
it's a good way to learn. It's a good way to learn these names, and I think
it's very realistic. I did read that I was kind of surprised because I have not seen a first round and I looked at a lot of them the last few days. I've not seen a first round mock that didn't have those two guys in it.
You know what I like about our draft we just did, guys? There's hardly any wide receivers that were taken in the first round. And I think that's good drafting, to be honest with you, especially when you got a wide receiver class that's so deep. And it is interesting that, or remember, Frito took Lewis Cine from Georgia for Kansas City instead of Daxton Hill. And there's nothing wrong with that. Cine is a really good player. That's also why Daxton is in the second, why he dropped to the second round as well. So another safety was taken at the back end of the. But it's like, listen, there's like 3 or 4 really like first round worthy safeties in this draft. So Johnny, Daxton Hill screams New England. Yeah, we almost gave him. We almost gave New England Daxton Hill before we did. We almost did, but we gave New England. We gave New England Elam out of Florida, cornerback. So that's it. All right, guys. Well, that's a wrap on Toilets and Titles 2022 NFL Mock Draft 1.0. We'll be back next Wednesday. Next Wednesday, we are going to have, I'm going to try to get in as many viewers, subscribers as possible. I'm talking to you, Chris's videos, to some other people. Whoever wants to come in, pick for their team, and maybe pick for some other teams as well. Help us out. It'll be a lot of fun. But that's it for tonight, guys. Any parting words besides goodbye?
The Packers better take a wide receiver.
I think they should. I think they should too.
I think they should for the last like 3 years, but I like the pick.
So
I like the picks they've made because it's Gary and Stokes
good
and
picks,
stuff.
Man.
So they've definitely revamped the defense very well. But I think it's time. We need something else.
Alex, what I think Aaron Rodgers would love for you to be his general manager.
Hey, Alex, have you heard anything about what they plan to do with Love?
I personally don't see why they would move him. I know you'd like to get him, but we still have him. We still have him on, his rookie contract. He's been in the system for 3 years. If Aaron does go down, at least we have someone, it's not going to be Brett Hundley, coming in or anything else.
I have a theory though that if all of the quarterbacks that the Colts might be targeting are gone by their second round pick, they might be interested in moving that second round pick for Love. And I know that seems like a lot to give a guy that's already planning on being a backup for the next few years, but I think it might be a good move for both teams. That second round pick could be really helpful to the Packers, and Jordan Love could be an immediate starter for the Colts.
Yeah. No, there's definitely situations where it would make sense for other teams, but for us, doesn't really make sense to move them. So
yeah, interesting.
That's my biggest thought on it because, like I said, he's been there for 3 years. He knows the system. There's not going to be a better backup we can get. So
Justin,
which one helps your team more right now, Jordan Love or Chris Olave?
Well, we got Treylon Burks, so Jordan Love.
This time.
Treylon Burks. Justin, first round draft night this year is going to be the Colts' lucky night. Do you know why? The Giants are drafting Malik Willis. They're drafting Malik Willis, the Giants are. They'll trade you Danny Dimes for 2 second-round picks. You're going to be so psyched.
I'm done. Good night.
I'll send you my Dimes jersey. Guys, we're out of here. Oh, friendly reminder, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Give us that 5-star Apple review if you can. Takes a few seconds. We'd greatly appreciate it. Our Twitter handles, we're up to like 15 members here on our Toilets and Titles crew of madmen. Just another reminder, give us that 5-star review. Hit that like button, subscribe. We deserve it, damn it. Everyone, have a great night. We'll catch you soon. I'll catch you next Wednesday with Mock Draft 2.0, whoever wants to join. Adios all.